내 안의 빛을 깨워라. 어웨이크닝 TV. 안녕하세요, 진입니다. 지난번에 감상운님의 책을 정리해 전해드린다고 했었는데요. 그 전에 먼저 아니타 무르자니의 실제 음성을 담아 두려움과 사랑에 대한 메시지를 전해드리고자 이 영상을 준비했습니다. 저의 이전 영상에서 말기 암의 상태에서 깨어난 그녀가 단 사흘 만에 70%의 암세포가 전부 사라지는 경험을 하고 임사체험 시 경험한 깨달음들을 전한 적이 있었지요. 그녀는 이후 세계 많은 이들에게 두려워하지 마라, 자기 자신이 되어라, 자신을 사랑하라 라는 메시지를 강력하게 전하고 있습니다. 페이스북과 유튜브 채널에서 그녀는 주기적으로 대중들의 질문에 답하고 있으며 곧이어 할리우드에서 그녀의 이야기를 담은 영화가 나올 예정이라고 합니다. 오늘 이 영상에서는 그녀가 영국 런던 리얼이라는 프로그램에 두 번째로 나와 나눈 대담의 핵심을 정리해 보았습니다. 2시간가량의 대담이지만 핵심 메시지 3가지를 먼저 전해드립니다. 이 영상에 담은 그녀의 메시지는 다음과 같습니다. 첫 번째, 그 상태는 모든 두려움이 사라진 상태였다. 두 번째, 삶 속에서 놓아버림'을 배웠다. 내 주변의 천사들의 메시지를 듣고 있다. 세 번째, 긍정적인 에너지 주파수는 우리의 병을 치유한다. 그녀는 어떻게 암에서 단기간에 치유가 된 것일까요? 저는 그녀가 평생의 사실이라고 믿어왔던 신념, 두려움, 생각, 슬픔, 죄책감을 한순간에 놓아버리고 자기 자신의 장엄함과 존재의 근원의 상태를 맛보았기 때문이라고 생각합니다. 그 상태를 유지하기 위해 그녀는 자신을 깊이 사랑하며 사랑을 실천하고 나누고 있기 때문이라고 생각합니다. 그녀의 따뜻한 미소와 목소리를 느껴보세요. 감사합니다.
Love yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. I was someone who was a people pleaser. I was a doormat, very fearful as well. When I got cancer, I weighed about 86 pounds. My organs had started to shut down. That was when I actually went into a coma. When I'm in the coma, though, I realized I was outside of my body. I felt so free and light. The fear was gone. I can see and hear other beings around me. And all I felt was pure, unconditional love. I get told, be yourself fearlessly, because I had always been afraid. The doctors couldn't believe what was going on. The tumors shrunk by 70% in 4 days. If you want to get rid of that anxiety-driven life, make your choices from a place of love. Follow your heart. Do things you do out of love, not out of a place of fear. I could see my body lying there on the bed. And I was outside my body, but I could see everything else that was happening around my body. And I felt so free and light. And the fear was gone. That was the biggest thing. The fear was gone. And it just felt incredible.
For the first time in many years, the fear was gone.
Many years.
4 years with the cancer and years before that.
Exactly. And I felt better than I had ever felt ever in physical life before.
Did you note to yourself at the time that this is strange, that I feel great when I'm in a coma?
I know, it did. I did note that to myself. I thought, wow, this does feel strange. And I thought, if this is death, it's not so bad at all. It's not scary like I thought.
Wow.
because it's almost like I had grown so accustomed to the fear that when it was gone, I had never noticed, I give it the word fear after the fact, after coming out of it. When I was in my life before the near-death experience, I didn't know I was living in a state of fear. I thought that was normal human existence or normal existence. It was only when I was out of it. So it's kind of like, when you don't realize the noise of an air conditioner until it goes off, and only then do you go, oh, yeah, there was noise. That's what it was. I didn't realize that I had lived my life in a state of fear until the fear was gone.
Wow, that's so powerful. And how many people are living their lives? I mean, you must see them all the time.
I do.
And they think, oh, it's normal to be anxious about all these things around me I can't control.
Yeah, and so now I recognize the fear because I know what it's like to be without it. So when people say, oh, can you still maintain that state after so long? I say, yes, because you know what it is. You know what being without the fear is, and that's what that state is. And I call it a state of love. And love is really overused, and it's also misunderstood. But to me, I feel, just if I were to give it words, the English language lacks words for this kind of phenomena because we dismiss this kind of thing as not being true or not being real. So we haven't assigned words to these emotions, these feelings. But I tend to like to use the words love and fear. To me, the lack of fear is love, or love is the lack of fear. I've realized you can't have both simultaneously. And so what I've realized that the best way to explain to people that if you want to lose that fear, work on increasing love, and then you'll experience that.
Okay, that's powerful. Yeah. What happens next? You're out of body, you're looking at this, you're having these incredible realizations, you're asking yourself if you're dying. What happens next?
Well, the next thing that happens is I realize that I am dying because I start to become aware of other beings, if you will, around me. And some of these beings I recognize and some I don't. I'm aware that my best friend is with me, and my dad who'd passed away 10, 11 years prior to this experience. So he was there, and I feel that they're there to guide me through this process. And now in life, in physical life, my relationship with my dad had been very turbulent. But interestingly, in this state of being without the physical body, all I can feel from my dad is pure, unconditional love. And I realized that even things like turbulent relationships, all that is part of the physical. We don't take it with us when we're there. It's because of all the filters and the beliefs through which we communicate with each other. And that's what lends to the turbulence. But we leave all that behind. They said that you would heal extremely quickly. They said that you have work to do. You don't have to figure it out. You just have to be fearless about being yourself, and you will see it unfold. Your work, it will touch a lot of people, more than you can imagine, but you don't have to figure out how to do it. And I was like, but wait, I'm an introvert. But it felt as though I was assured that it's okay, don't worry, you'll be taken care of. That's what it felt like if I put words to it.
Okay.
It was beyond language, but I'm putting words to it.
And so you didn't feel scared?
I didn't feel scared. I kept feeling that the minute you feel you have to try to please everyone, the minute you feel you have to try to please everyone or try really hard to get anything, that's when it falls through the cracks. You just have to be yourself. You just have to honor yourself, be authentic, and take care of yourself. Don't be afraid to say no. Everything was the opposite of what I had been conditioned to believe. when I was in the NDE, they haven't left me.
Your father, your best friend. Were
Yeah.
there other people?
There were others.
Just people you knew or not necessarily?
I didn't know them from this life.
Okay.
And I feel that they have guided me, and they've not let me down. They've not let me down this far.
Okay. And so they'll talk to you daily, weekly?
Daily.
Okay, and just be like, okay, we gotta step it up, or we gotta go do this. Or,
Yeah, they'll tell me exactly. They'll actually, more often than not, they tell me to step aside. They say, oh, don't try so hard. No, let this go. Let it go. Let it go. And I mean, and I'll give you an actual example. Okay. Last year, so I've been living in the US, and I've been there on a work visa. It's called an O visa, which was sponsored by my publishers, which was because of Wayne Dyer, because he discovered my story and he asked them to sponsor my visa. And it was coming up to expiration. And so I went back to my publishers and asked if they would sponsor it again. And at first they said, yes, absolutely. Now remember, Wayne Dyer is not alive anymore.
Yeah, I know.
And so I said to them, oh, and that's another voice I hear, by the way. It's Wayne's. Yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so, but then when they got the forms and everything from my immigration lawyer, they came back to me and they said, we won't be able to sponsor you because it says here that we need to have ongoing contracts with you, and we don't have anything with you for the future. And I thought, oh yeah, they're right. So I said, what if I have an upcoming book? And they said, all right, pass it to our book, our chief editor. So now I want to say here that my publishers were going through tremendous changes because Wayne had passed. When I showed them an outline of the book, they actually passed on it. So I had no one to sponsor me for a visa. And I thought, oh, okay, we've come to an end of the road. I'm going to have to leave the US. At the same time, I was involved with a different film company for the movie, and they were not treating me very well, and I was struggling. I was in two minds whether to hold on to them or not. And so I had these two things. The book deal was falling through, the film deal, which I didn't feel comfortable. They wanted it, but I didn't want to go through with it. And I thought, if I don't have either of these deals, I have no visa to live in America. We'll have to pack up and leave. No part of me wanted to leave. I love where I'm living. I love the part of California I'm living. I love the life I've created. I was trying really hard to hold on to everything, trying really hard to hold on, like working on a book manuscript that they would accept, working on the movie deal. What happened is the voices were telling me, let go. We've never let you down before. Let go, let go, let go. So I did. I let go. We packed up. I literally said to Danny, looks like we're leaving. Let's just give it all up, pack it up. If this is as far as I've come in this work, I've still done a great job. It's better than I ever imagined. Let's pack it up and let's go and retire. Literally, that's what I thought. I thought I'd hit the end of the road. We let go of everything. We started to look around. We came to England. We thought, I wonder if we want to live in England. Do we want to go back to Hong Kong? We were literally talking to people, figuring out where are we going to live. In that time, what happened is I got connected to a literary agent who said to me, have you never had an agent? And I said, no. She said, you need one. Now that Wayne is gone, you need one. I'll help you. And I thought, wow, okay, this is great. The literary agent, I gave her the manuscript, and she gave it to 5 different publishers. It got picked up by Simon & Schuster, so my next book is with Simon & Schuster.
Excellent.
And then with the movie deal, the minute I walked away from that movie deal, I got an offer from someone else that was way better than anything I could have had. And they said that they had been wanting to make me this offer for a long time, but because I was tied up with the other one, they hadn't come forward.
Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So by letting it go and trusting the voices.
Well, by letting it go, something better came to me than could have come had I been trying to hold on to what I had. I want to say that people who have succumbed to cancer, who have passed on, they haven't failed. They haven't lost the battle. I don't like the language of our culture that call cancer a battle, because you don't battle your own body. And so they have not failed. If it was their time, we all have to die sometime. And if cancer is the way we go, that's the way we go. There has to be a way for us to go. So I want to say that first. Okay. Now, generally, in terms of illnesses, cancers, chronic illnesses, and things like that, if you, again, I want to use our imagination a little bit. Now, imagine if your sixth sense, your intuition, was really highly tuned, and imagine if you could actually see energy. If you could see energy, if somebody was really happy and living their purpose, you would be able to see their aura, and it would be really huge. If somebody is really sad, if they have been a victim their whole life, if they've been abused and they feel really small and they are a people pleaser and a doormat, their energy will be really small. Now, even if you can't see it, I'm sure you notice when people walk into a room, what energy they bring with them. But now imagine, as I said, if you could see it. Now imagine though, you follow someone, or imagine if you could see your own energy, and as you go through the day, imagine if you could see what uplifts your energy and what lowers your energy. So let's say you're being chastised by someone and you see your own energy going down, or you are playing with your children and your energy just swells right up. It's so huge that it encompasses your children and it energizes them as well. Because the thing about having big energy is that it energizes other people as well. So the reason I say this is because if somebody is in that state where their energy is very strong all the time, they are far less likely to get ill, far less likely than someone whose energy is down and tight and close. So now, instead of our medical paradigm spending billions, trillions of dollars on technology for earlier and earlier detection of cancer cells, what if they developed technology that actually measured our energy levels, but measured it to give it some sense, so that it assigns different colors maybe for different emotions, so that we can actually see what emotions are causing our energy to go up and to go down. And if we had that kind of information like, oh my gosh, I've been feeling lonely, this is what happens, the loneliness has been depleting me. Imagine if we could see it, identify it. Those are the things that will really heal our bodies.